Hello there, filmmakers and film friends. Mal here of King Bean Studio, and I thought I'd take a couple minutes to show you some of the work I've been doing on the B-movie expansion art scene card artwork and talk through a bit of my process. So this is a sped up time lapse, as you can see. I don't draw quite this fast in real life. This whole video took me about 6 hours to do. This is 7 different scene cards. 2 sides. So obviously the scene cards in the base game and the expansion are double-sided. One is the sketch storyboard side, and one is the other side is the finished side. And those are 2 different pieces of artwork I have to do. Luckily, I can use the sketch as a basic sort of skeleton for the final drawing. And that's what I do. So I started here by doing all the sketches first for all the 7 yellow scene cards. I mean, there are more yellow scene cards in the game, but I started with these ones. And yeah, so I start with a sketch, and then in the second half of the video, I'll be doing you'll see me do the inked, quote unquote, inked sort of and colored versions that are on the final cinematic side of the scene cards. And when I'm doing these sketches, I am pretty much just making it up as I go. You can see it. You can see the lines like come in and out, and that just means I'm deleting stuff and trying things and starting over. Starts out. You can see like this foot goes in and all these boxes, and it's like, what should be holding a cup? Nah, it's not holding a cup. Is this guy there? No, he's too close. So you can see I'm kind of adjusting it as I go. Every time a line disappears or comes back, I'm sort of rethinking the way it should look and kind of repositioning it. I do all my drawings in Procreate, which is an app for the Apple iPad, which is just awesome. So when I was doing my webcomic Itchy Feet, I used to do all of my drawings on paper, and I have these sketchbooks that are full of all of the assets for the comics, and what I would do is draw all the pieces and parts separately and then scan everything in and assemble it in Photoshop for publishing. And ever since the iPad came out with the Apple Pencil, like it's just pretty much as good as at the time I couldn't afford a Wacom tablet or anything. And this is even better because you can actually look at what you're drawing. Anyway, this isn't an Apple ad. So I start with a sketch. I did it in black first, and then I put it in the color it's going to be at the end. I usually do the characters, and then I kind of fill in shading towards the end, which is often on a different layer. And it's the shading is sometimes also a little bit like the opacity is turned down a bit to draw not so much attention away. Here, this mummy, you can see I put him on the left side, and then I should probably be on the right side. Never drew a mummy baby before, but I'm pretty confident that's what one actually looks like in real life, even though I didn't seek out an actual mummy baby for research for this drawing. Yep, and now we're about to transition into the ink drawings. I think I went in reverse order, so you'll see I take the sketch and I put in, and I just sort of ink over it on another layer. And so these drawings you're seeing are going to be in the back side of the cards, the scene cards. And obviously it's B-movie expansion, so all this artwork is very genre heavy. Some of them are single genres, like this one is horror fantasy, it must be horror fantasy. So that's actually, this one might be a mixed genre. And some of them are just single genres or double of the same genre. That's sometimes what it is too. This one I believe is crime and fantasy. And what I was thinking is the crime is that they're taking the gold from this creature. That's the fantasy. There's like this sort of monster looming in the background. Who knows how that'll form a part of the films you make in this game. So what I do with the inks, I usually do a layer of ink over the sketch, and then I will go through and color the lines, various colors. So you can see like the character here has red lines around them, and the gold has these sort of like dark yellow lines. And then what I'll do is shade it. So I'll do like a layer of like black or gray that's semi-transparent that goes around where the light should come from. Here you can see I get the light wrong. Obviously the light here is coming from the outside of the street, and it should get darker as it goes into the alleyway. But you'll see on the robber character, I get it the wrong way. Just force a habit, because I usually tend to just by default put the shadows behind the characters, even if they're facing each other. In my comic I do this, because see, like right here, and then I immediately turn it around, because yeah, that's the wrong way. And then you can see I put these like bright lines, so I like sketch over. So like I kind of do the inks 3 times actually. I do one line, like one pass in black, and then I do one pass in color, and then I do a pass of highlights. And this is a technique I stole wholesale from Kyle Farron, who is the Leader Games artist and who's done games artwork for games like Root and Oath, and whose artwork I love. And I don't draw like him in particular, but I often will lift certain techniques, as he does actually. He's talked about this before as well, which I think is cool. But I'll lift techniques from different artists because I like the way that they do something. And for roll camera artwork, I don't do this in any other artwork, but for roll camera artwork specifically, I like that he puts highlights on the lines themselves. So I do that here too. You can see the blue gets a lot brighter on the side of the character next to the ring, which here is a kind of light source in this scene, the like scene itself. The ring, I mean. Yeah, so that is my process. We're about to hit the end here, but I hope you enjoyed this little look into 7 of the cards, of the 75 cards in roll camera. Thanks for listening. Bye.